Hi, third graders. Today we are going to be working on our reading in the reading strategy of asking and answering questions while reading fiction texts. Today we're going to read the story Techie the Penguin. Before we begin reading, though, I want to ask you, why do good readers use the strategy of asking and answering questions? Think about that. Good readers use this strategy so they can think deeper about the story. It makes them really think about what's going on, think about the characters, their thoughts, and their actions. So as you're reading today, I want you to stop and think about a question you have, and then we're going to see if that question is answered in the story. Here we go. Tacky the Penguin, written by Helen Lester and illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. Remember, we're asking and answering questions while reading today. There once lived a penguin. His home was a nice icy land he shared with his companions. His companions were named Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect. His name was Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird. Every day, Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect greeted each other quietly and politely. Tacky greeted them with a hearty slap on the back and a loud, "What's happening?" Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always marched 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tacky marched 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 0, 2.5, 0. His companions were graceful divers. Tacky liked to do splashy cannonballs. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always sang pretty songs like Sunrise on the Iceberg. Tacky always sang songs like How many toes does a fish have? Tacky was an odd bird. I'm going to stop there and I want you to think, do you have any questions so far about the story? I have a question. I'm going to let you think about yours for a minute. So my question is, what do all these other penguins, Goodly, Lovely, Neatly, and Perfect, think about Tacky and his behavior? Let's keep reading to find out. One day the penguins heard the thump, thump, thump of feet in the distance. This could mean only one thing. Hunters had come. They came with maps and traps and rocks and logs, and they were rough and tough. As the thump, thump, thump drew closer, the penguins could hear the growly voices. They were chanting, "We're going to catch some pretty penguins, and we'll march them with a switch, and we'll sell them for $1, and we'll get rich, rich, rich." Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect ran away in fright. They hid behind a big block of ice. Tacky stood alone. The hunters marched right up to him, chanting, "We're going to catch some pretty penguins, and we'll march them with a switch. We'll sell them for $1, and we'll get rich, rich, rich." "What's happening?" blared Tacky, giving one hunter an especially hearty slap on the back. They growled, "We're hunting for penguins. That's what's happening." "Penguins?" said Tacky. "Do you mean the birds that march neatly in a row?" As he marched 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 0, 2.5. The hunters looked puzzled. "Do you mean those birds that dive so gracefully?" Tacky asked. He did a splashy cannonball. The hunters looked wet. "Do you mean those birds that sing such pretty songs?" Tacky began to sing. From behind the block of ice came the voices of his companions, all singing as loudly and dreadfully as they could. "How many toes does a fish have? How many wings does a cow have? I wonder, yep, I wonder." The hunters could not stand the horrible singing. This could not be the land of pretty penguins. They ran away with their hands clasped tightly over their ears, leaving behind their maps and traps and rocks and locks, and not looking at all rough and tough. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect hugged Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird, but a very nice bird to have around. There we go. We just got the answer to my question. My question while I was reading today was, what do these other birds think about Tacky? And we found it. They think that Tacky's an odd bird, but very nice. So as I was reading, I stopped, I answered questions, and I asked questions. It helped me to think deeper. And I actually was able to find the answer to my questions. Sometimes you won't find the answer to your question, and that's okay. Sometimes you'll have to make inferences while you're reading and trying to answer your questions. So today and this week, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing some work, reading a passage, and then stopping and asking a question, and then as you're reading, trying to find that answer. If they don't have the answer, remember, that's okay. Sometimes you have to make inferences. Sometimes authors don't always give those answers. We did read a book.